What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they're live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you're currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Now, we are joined by Righteous Force, Paul Hall, Arwin and 10th Man in G+, together with a whole bunch of people in Discord. So welcome one and all.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Any evidence of a physical geometric obstruction?
Yeah.
Nope.
In every picture where the horizon is in front of the object.
Sorry, every
Say
picture.
what?
Every picture where the horizon is in front of the object.
Yes.
So you're saying that on the days that the horizon appears to be in front of whatever it should be blocking, then it's physical. So it's physical on certain days, according to you. That's nonsense.
Yeah. No, there are certain conditions where the conditions are optimal for seeing that.
Sorry,
So
you don't
on a
have,
flat Earth,
and this is
the
nonsense.
horizon- on a
This is
flat Earth, the
nonsense.
horizon
You
has
don't
to
have
be behind the
optimal
object.
conditions for a physical sphere. It just has a physical sphereiness based on its radius. It's not dependent on anything. The geometry is fixed. It's set in stone. There's no geometric anomalies. You don't suddenly wake up one day and the ball's grown. If you're on a sphere, it's got certain physical parameters.
Nobody
Are
disputes that,
radars
Nathan.
affected by weather conditions?
Again, Paul?
Are radars affected by weather conditions?
I'm no radar expert. I have no idea.
Differently, but
Oh, apparently Brenda's radar expert.
differently.
Go ahead, Brenda.
but sure, differently.
Well, I had a boat with radar, and I couldn't see 5 feet in front of me when it was fogged in and stormy and rainy, and my radar saw everything perfectly.
Yeah, radar is affected differently by atmospheric conditions, but it's still
cares?
light.
So no, I didn't
cares?
say it affected differently. I saw as if there was none of that stuff, meaning I was able to be safe on the water because of radar showing the obstruction in front of me still was there, even though I couldn't see it because it doesn't change because it's physical.
Yeah, light can see, radar can see better than you can visually, of course. Nobody disputes that.
Right. So where's your geometric edge? How come it disappeared?
It didn't disappear. You don't
Well,
see
radar
the
would have
geometric
shown it where it
horizon.
was.
Well done. It didn't disappear, what, Brenda?
You don't see the geometric horizon.
Then we
It's
don't have
always
one.
there.
Then we don't have one. You would see it if it was real.
That doesn't follow.
What, if something's real, you can see it if it's physical? Yeah, it does follow. If I can see something, it's real and it's physical. If there's a physical obstruction, i.e. Earth curve edge because it's spherical based on geometry, then there's a physical Earth curve edge that would obscure my view, and it doesn't. There is no physical obstruction. The geometry of Earth is totally bunk.
Yeah, you're affirming the consequent.
I'm not affirming the consequent.
Here, let me help. Let me help this one out.
I'm not affirming the
I had
consequent.
Wow, somebody's having a serious cognitive dissonance break.
Yeah. If my radar on my boat, as I'm trying to recall, was it 8 mile or 4 mile, but either one works. Let's say it was 4 mile radar, and I'm approaching Santa Catalina Island. If I'm 6 miles away, my radar's not going to pick it up because I need to be closer by 2 miles. As soon as I would hit that 4 mile mark on my radar, the outer edges of the islands would show in my radar screen. So physical is physical, Brenda.
Well, of course, physical is physical.
No, because
That's a
we've debunked it with this
tautology.
picture called the Black Swan, which shows that the geometric horizon claimed to be the horizon is not the horizon. That's why all you fundy idiots are arguing for it being apparent, this redundant term that applies to all horizons. Apparent meaning non-physical. So we don't have a physical
No, that's
horizon,
not
that
what
much is a
apparent-
certitude. If it was physical, it would have the constraints of physicality dictated by the geometry, and it doesn't. So we definitely don't have a physical horizon, despite the requirement for one in the geometry of a sphere Earth, that religion that is no more, untenable, because we don't have the physical geometry required. That would be a physical horizon. We don't have one.
Can I butt in just for a second?
Of course you can, biblical earther.
So didn't she just make a concession by saying you can never see the geometric horizon?
That's correct, she did.
Shouldn't you be able to see it at least sometimes if it's real? If
Should be
it's
able to
a
see
real
it.
physical thing?
Should be able
Yeah,
to
you
always
could.
see it if it's
Sure.
real. Always. I mean, unless it's a foggy day, obviously you can have things obscure your distance to that point. But given enough conditions, that should be the limits of physicality and things you can see if we have a physical geometric horizon. And we do not. We don't ever see it by her own admission.
So then why did you say you can never see it, Brenda?
Because of atmospheric effects, it always obscure it. They always obscure it.
So then we don't have any geometric horizon to base the geometric maths on.
No, that's not true. It's there.
Well, you've just said we never see it because of atmosphere. So if we
Yeah,
never see it,
yeah,
we
that's
can't base any of the mathematics on it. It's very much a pinnacle of your maths. It's the assertion, with an R value, that we have a spherical surface that's physical blocking our view of things. So if you're saying we can never see it, well, then it doesn't exist. It's not real then. Because it would definitely obscure your view of things.
Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it isn't
Sounds
there.
like a thought experiment to me.
Yeah, that's what it's defined as by Andrew Thomas Young, a thought experiment. The geometric physical horizon that we should have if we were on a sphere Earth, that's just a thought experiment by definition, by your own alma mater, Andrew Thomas Young. Amazing, isn't it? Thought experiment by the definition in this guy's explanation for things like R-based refraction. Thought experiment is what the geometric horizon is, even though he also explains that some geometric considerations need to be taken when doing this thought experiment. So you're going to consider physicality, even though it's a thought experiment. So Brenda's going to consider Earth a physical sphere, even though she can't see a geometric horizon. Yeah, that's because it's a thought experiment. We don't actually live on a sphere. They made that clear when they told you it was a model, Brenda.
You're misrepresenting Thomas Young, what he says. He clearly defines what a geometric sphere is.
Yeah? That's okay. Everybody can
It's
define
where the
geometry.
apparent-
Brenda,
Yeah,
you said
it's where
you
the
said
apparent horizon.
you said that the radar can see through all the junk, right?
Yeah, radar is not affected as much as visible light is by atmosphere, but it is
All right,
affected
so-
by atmosphere.
All right, so it's a foggy day. I can't see Santa Catalina Island, but I know it's there when it's not a foggy day. It's 26 miles out and it's a clear day. Everyone knows the island doesn't move on a daily basis any distance forward or backwards. But on one day, it's really foggy and I can't see it. But I know my compass heading. I set out for it. Since I can't see it, I go to my instruments. My instruments only have a 4-mile radar range. I can't see it until I get at least 4 miles away. So the physicality is there. The fogginess doesn't change the physicality. The radar works within the reasonable distance the radar is suited for. If I had a 50-mile radar range, I would see it from my port of Newport, even before I set out, because the range is greater. So on the Sea Sparrow missile that's shooting the rockets at surface to surface at 50 feet up, there should be 463 feet of curve that we don't see. So how is a missile finding that ship on the other side if the ball has a geometric physicality to it and
It
a
doesn't.
curve of 24 miles of water.
It doesn't, it couldn't, it wouldn't work if there was something in the way. If there was a wall of Earth curve blocking you by, it wouldn't work. Earth's flat. So it does work.
Precisely.
So the illuminating radar doesn't have to be connected to the ship even. It can be illuminated from an aircraft.
Yeah, no,
But
no,
it's,
that's not
in
how it
this
works.
case, it is connected to the ship.
No, she's
not
just going
as
to
long as
bullshit
you're
around.
off of
No,
the
no,
ship.
let's not carry on this conversation with you, Brenda. You're just going to bullshit your way around what it does. No, it has direct line of sight with the ship. That's been explained to you when you got the name of the missile system wrong and called it the Red Sparrow. So let's not just have you bullshit your way around what it does and doesn't do and claim that it's targeting from the air. No, it targets from the ship. That's explained to you. So this is the end of the conversation. There's no wall of Earth curve blocking the view by their own published, documented claims of what it can do. So by their standards, there's no wall of water in the way. There's no Earth curve blocking the view. There's no physical horizon. Just isn't one.
Do you think the Earth curve is a wall?
Why are you asking me something? Why aren't you saying yeah?
The Earth curve is
Why
a
aren't you?
wall, Nathan?
Why are you asking a new question just before I finish?
Well, because
why aren't
you
you
said-
conceding?
because you said
Why are we
we were
moving on?
done.
Why are we moving on? Before I've even finished my breath that requires concession at the end, you're moving on. How dare you? 10th man's
Yeah,
just taking his time
you
to
said
explain
we were
something.
moving on.
How dare
You
you?
said we were
How
moving
dare
on.
you? 10th man's just taking his time to explain something that you clearly don't know anything about. You don't know the name of the system. You're under the assumption it's being targeted from the air when you've only just had it described to you. We're explaining that there's no physical Earth curve edge horizon blocking the view for this direct line of sight targeting system. There's no wall of water in the way. There's no Earth curve obstruction. There's no physical geometric edge of a sphere to stop it working, and it would if it was there and if it was physical. It isn't, and I'd like you to respond to that. Not make up some nonsense about the system you've never heard of or don't know anything about.
Hey guys.
Now there's your response. Dumbfounded silence. No wall of water in the way, no Earth curve, no geometry that's demonstrated in the Black Swan. You don't have a physical Earth curve edge anymore, so you've got nothing to base the geometry on. Earth's geometry as a sphere is debunked.
Hallelujah.
Well said.
I was going to ask a simple question. How do you have line of sight over a curve with radar?
You don't.
Based on their Earth curve
The line of
calculator,
sight-
Paul. Excuse me, I'm talking.
The
Based
line
on
of
the Earth
sight
curve
is-
I'm talking. Based on the Earth curve calculator, Paul, the only way that system should work if we were on the sphere with geometric edge is 8.65 miles. Oops, it goes past 35 miles, so sorry.
The line
You
of
need to
sight is
concede,
of the
Brenda. You
targeting
need to
system,
concede,
not the
Brenda.
missile.
The illuminators are on the ship. They're not from an aircraft. That was clearly stated. Are you going to
Apparently
concede?
it's
But aren't there radars like 200 kilometers? 200 miles or something?
Yes, 250 miles, they have radars on ships, but we're talking about Sea Sparrow here. But again, Brenda needs to concede that by bringing up an airplane, which had nothing to do with the system, that you were wrong, Brenda.
apparently it's cool to consider math as reality until that math debunks your model. Then all of a sudden it's a straw man and it's not reality anymore.
Yeah, well said, Chocolate.
Yeah, and we would agree. No, that's right. It's not reality. It's just a model. They made it clear to you when they put the word model after the word heliocentric. And models are just a way of thinking about the world, a way of perceiving the world. A little representation of what the world could be. It doesn't actually mean the world is that way. It's just a way of thinking about it. A model. In other words, if you want a Lamborghini and you can't afford a Lamborghini, you can go out and buy a model. Well, the model's got a plastic engine. It doesn't run and you can't fit inside it. So it's not really a Lamborghini, but it kind of looks like one and kind of represents one. But you're not really in a Lamborghini, are you? Likewise, you can think of the world as being a sphere. You can have this little thought experiment where the horizon's a physical edge. And when you excise that thought experiment, and then insert some actual physical geometry as a presupposition with an R value, for something that you never see, because the idea of a geometric horizon's just a thought experiment. Well, when you do that, you can reify the model, it's really wonderful, into actuality, like you're really stood on a sphere. You're not. Earth's obviously flat. But you can think of it as being a sphere if you have a thought experiment about the horizon being that physical edge, even though it moves. Way beyond the parameters that it could be if it was physical. But then you can deny that, deny your own geometry, and say we're not talking about physicality, we're talking about the apparent nature, when our calculator absolutely has no apparent sizes in it and only deals in physical geometry. You can bend light in the model at the rate of the physical geometry that you require and don't have, but we'll just ignore that. I love your model. It makes you all look stupid because they're telling you it's a model. But you want to reify a model into existence like you're actually stood on a sphere, and you'll fight tooth and nail for your own stupidity and your own ability to reify this model into your own existence. It's not real. We're not on a sphere. Earth's flat.
Nobody thinks that the model of the Earth is the Earth, Nathan.
The model's a geometric sphere model. Is the horizon the physical geometric edge of a sphere?
Nobody thinks the representation of a thing.
I heard
is
you.
the
I'm not
thing.
deaf. You don't have to get into the stuck record as soon as I ask you a difficult question. The model is a geometric sphere model. You're saying nobody thinks the sphere model is real. Well, the model's a geometric sphere model with a physical geometric edge to that sphere called the horizon. Do you believe, Black Swan, that the horizon is physical?
Which horizon?
We've only got one.
The apparent.
We've only got one.
That's
Your model requires that
That's fine.
horizon. You've asked me a question. I'm going to answer you. Which one? We've only got one. The one in your model's geometric. So
Why don't you guys ever
let's
ask-
try her a third time. Is the horizon the physical geometric edge of a sphere or not? Bearing in mind your model
Our
requires
model
that.
includes the apparent horizon in addition to the geometric horizon.
We only have one horizon, shit for brains. We only have one horizon. Your model requires a geometric horizon. Telling me about a second horizon because we don't have a geometric horizon isn't going to cut it. We still only have one. It's just not geometric. It's just not the physical edge of a sphere. Now, you can talk all day long about how apparent things aren't when your calculator doesn't deal in apparent anything. It deals in physicality and geometry, based on your religion that you're actually standing on a sphere. Because you do reify the model despite your denial. Yes, you reify that physical geometry into a basis of your idea of what you're actually standing on. Ergo, you reify that model. And you don't have geometry for it. You're about to defend your reification by describing things being actual. Apparent, my bad. Calculator's not got apparent sizes in it, Brenda. It's not dealing with the apparent anything. It's dealing with physical. Geometric.
Andrew Young clearly defines the three different horizons.
We've only got one.
So you're
Are you deaf?
misrepresenting.
Sorry, we said I had this with you
our
last time you were here. Are you deaf? Did you not listen to what I said last time? Or 30 seconds ago? I'll try it slower. I'll add in a response to what you've just said, even though I addressed it last time you were here. Andrew Thomas Young is insane. We only have one horizon. It's on screen now for the audience. There's not 5. There's not 3. There's not 2. There is only one horizon. Your geometric reification would be a physical sphere edge. That's what your horizon is.
Yeah, you're strawmanning our position. Our position is there are 3.
Oh, your position is that there are 3? I don't give a shit about your retarded view of the world. We don't have 3 horizons!
3 horizons?
Even know what the
You're
horizon
wrong.
is.
I'm wrong.
Can we hear a 4th horizon?
Sorry,
Anyone?
she just said I'm wrong. No, I'm definitely not wrong. Like last time you pulled this exact same crap on screen as you're claiming 3 horizons, there's been singular horizons the entire time that you've been babbling this nonsense because Andrew Thomas Young told you that the thought experiment of the geometric horizon was one of them. No, we've only got one horizon in reality. Your necessity to reify this model by asserting we've got 3 is ludicrous. Insanity. Because by definition, there can only be one point where the sky appears to meet the ground. Not 3! That violates the law of non-contradiction. You're nuts! Just because your model doesn't work and you don't have a geometric horizon doesn't mean you've got to invent fanciful places where there's new horizons. There aren't! You bloody nutter!
Incredulity isn't an argument, Nathan. Do you have an argument?
Yeah, you've said there's 3. You're a fuckwit. There's only one. It's on screen now. You bloody moron. Incredulity? You're a moron! We've only got one horizon!
And ad homs are not arguments either.
I'll say it again because she says it's an ad hom. I'll first point out why it's not an ad hom. An ad hom is where you attack somebody's person in lieu of the argument. Her argument, which I'm attacking absolutely without question, is that there's 3 horizons! That's her argument. And I'm saying she's stupid or blind. Because it's been on screen every time she said it. 1 horizon. Not 3. You fuckwit. That's not an ad hom. Fuckwit is a description of your mentality. Stupid, in other words. Stupid because you think there's more than one horizon. So I'm not ad homing you. I'm demonstrating how stupid, substitute stupid for fuckwit, you are by claiming there's 3 horizons.
There are 3 clear definitions for horizon.
I don't give a shit how many definitions there are. In reality, on the pictures and what we experience is 1. Who cares how many definitions your nutcase insane man that you're referring to has got? I don't care if he's got 20. We've only got 1 in reality, and your models is geometric. That's the end of the argument. I don't care how many times you define it.
Can I ask Brenda a question?
Yeah.
Brenda, how much tangents do you have on a geometric model?
How many tangent lines are there on a sphere?
Yep.
Is that the question?
Yep.
He seems to have disappeared. How many tangent points are there on a sphere?
You've
There's an
repeated this
infinite
question
number.
twice.
There's an infinite number of tangent points on a sphere.
Point is, if you have 3 horizons, do you have 3 tangent lines?
There are an infinite number of tangent points. There's not a tangent line, it's a tangent point.
Thank you for demonstrating you have no idea what a tangent is.
A tangent is a point.
A point? Singular?
Where what touches where?
Hold on. She's just already
Yes.
debunked herself. She's just said a point. That would be singular, wouldn't it, Brenda? So you've already lost.
Yes.
So singular. 1. A tangent, a point. But you're saying multiples thereof.
A tangent.
And he's asked by way of a repetition from you 3 times, how many tangents?
There's an infinite number of tangent points on a sphere.
And a tangent has a point.
Yeah, every tangent is 1 point.
Here we saw.
And how many tangents do we have?
Of which there are an infinite.
And how many do we have
There's
on a
an
geometric
infinite
sphere?
number
If we
of
live on a
tangent
sphere,
points.
how many tangent lines are there that you can draw between you and a target in the distance that's further than the geometric claim of a physical sphere edge obstruction? How many tangent lines would you draw to the physical obstruction?
From an observer's point, there's a tangent that describes, it's dependent on the observer and the observer's height.
So you're saying that you can draw a tangent to a physical point, A, singular.
So there's a point on a sphere, which is where the line between the observer and that point, and you can have a tangent line, you can have a tangent plane, but the actual point where a tangent plane would meet the sphere is a point.
So singular.
Yeah, that's what makes it a tangent.
So not 3 horizons then.
Well, in part. The horizon is a different thing. I'm just describing just describing 8th grade geometry to you.
You just debunked your own assertion.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Show me, prove it.
Anybody want to put the definition of tangent on the screen?
I don't have it to hand. Have you posted it in Master B?
Yeah.
Whereabouts? Oh, in geometry. I've got it. I'll stick it up on screen. Do you want to read it out?
Chocolate, will you read it? My voice is a bit damaged today.
In geometry, the tangent line.
It's a straight line.
Oh.
It's a straight line or a plane that touches a curved line or surface at a single point, which is what I said.
Ding ding.
Single point. So there's not 2
the
then.
only points that the 2 objects have in common is the tangent point.
So not 3 horizons then.
Not the horizon then.
Are you making a point here?
No, we're waiting
You
to see if you've
understand
understood the point
what a
and seeing how long those cogs turn for. It's amusing. We're toying with you, Brenda. Yeah, so we've got 1 point that we're going to draw a line
you
from.
imagine.
Oh, she has cogs turning while I'm talking, it seems. Go ahead, Brenda.
Well, Nathan, is there is the only points that a tangent plane or line would have in common with a curved surface or sphere would be a single point.
Single point.
So we'd only have 1 physical geometric horizon if we were on a sphere. Not 2 then.
Your geometric horizon would be defined by where the observer is. So it's
The
dependent
horizon's
on where the observer is.
It's kind of arbitrary. It's where the sky appears to meet the ground. That never changes. That definition holds true always.
Well, that's not
But
the
how would the
definition of
geometric horizon be
horizon.
defined by the point of the observer if you've never seen it?
Because it's defined mathematically.
Oh, mathematically.
Oh,
but we don't. Oh,
there
I see.
we go.
So nothing to do with reality then. It's merely your reification of a model that's based in mathematics only. So nothing to do with what we see, nothing to do with the actual horizon, everything to do with your mathematical reification. We're not drawing tangent lines to the horizon now, are we? Sorry,
Nathan.
the point is coming, Brenda. We're not drawing tangent lines to the horizon, are we? Like we used to with the curve calculator when you all asserted the physical geometry of a sphere Earth we're supposed to be standing on. But now we're not drawing tangent lines because the horizon isn't a tangent line point to draw along, is it?
Mathematical concept, huh, Brenda? Good concession.
The geometric
experiment.
horizon is
Mathematical horizon?
the geometric horizon.
We don't have a geometric horizon.
Mathematics.
We don't have a
describes
geometric
reality.
horizon. Are you deaf? Why are you now describing shit in your model? Why are you continually reifying this? Yet the horizon we actually have in reality isn't geometric, Brenda. We can never see that geometric horizon now, can we? So we're never going to be drawing no tangent lines to anything because we don't have one. Bye-bye globe. Bye-bye globe geometry. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye three
The
horizons.
geometric horizon is where
We don't have a Why are you describing this
geometric
geometric horizon now, Brenda? Are you dumb? Did you forget the last 10 minutes of conversation? And your own admission that we can never see this geometric horizon? Our explaining that Andrew Thomas Young describes it as a thought experiment. The fact that you've just described it as mathematical only. And we never see it. Now you're telling me about what the geometric horizon does. We don't have one!
Yelling doesn't make you.
We don't have one! Why are you telling me about something we don't have? Are you dumb? Seriously, are you thick? You've just spent ages explaining how we don't have one. You've just spent quite a considerable amount of time explaining how we don't have one. We can never see it. It's mathematical only. And now you're going to tell me all about what it does? We don't have one. In reality, there isn't one, Brenda. So why the hell are you now going to tell me about what this geometric horizon does?
Just saying you deny it. That doesn't make you right.
Denying what? The maths that you're going to reify? In reality, we don't have a geometric horizon. You're still yet to address it. I've said it and shouted it. I'll say, whisper it to you. We don't have a geometric horizon.
The geometric horizon is where
The geometric... We don't have one. She is deaf and stupid.
would be.
It would be. No, it isn't. We don't have one. How many times have I got to say it? These people are deaf.
Why is she fighting for model?
I know. Why should you keep telling us about the model? You started this off.
actually-
You started this conversation by telling us that you don't reify a model. Now we've got to the point that you've admitted it's just mathematics. And you're telling us about what it does. What, in your model? Yeah, we don't live on a model. According to you, nobody reifies this model. Yet you're fighting us tooth and nail to reify your mathematics. And we don't have a geometric horizon, Brenda. By your own admission, we never see it. So we're not going to be drawing tangent lines to it. We don't have one.
You don't understand what the word.
Oh, I'm thick, am I? Yeah, I don't understand when you've told me we don't see it. Yeah, maybe I should be told now what we're going to do with something we don't see by you double-speaking fundy. Yeah, it's my misunderstanding, isn't it? You telling us all about how we don't have something, and then you're going to tell us about what you're going to do with that thing you don't have. Yeah, I don't get it. Of course, it's my stupidity. No, Dumbo. You keep telling us about what a geometric horizon has got to do when we don't have one.
Scientific models are used to make predictions.
Oh, is that your little countermeasure? Countermeasure alert. Wow, 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 wow. Fire off a flare. Claims science, so we'll argue about that, right? We don't have a geometric horizon, Brenda. There's no physical sphere edge horizon to base your geometry on, by your own admission. So we don't have sphere geometry anymore. It's game over globe. I know this is taking a while to sink in, and I appreciate that we're really just toying with you. Going round and round in circles with your own admissions that we don't have a geometric horizon. That's why you've been kept here. Because every time you open your trap, you're digging yourself a deeper hole. Conceding we don't have a geometric horizon on a sphere, Brenda. My God, that must be a revelation to all those people who thought we did and claim the geometry is somehow applicable when you reify a model. No, love. No. Let's not reify models. According to you, nobody does that, so let's not have you doing it immediately after saying that, eh?
And you said scientific model?
Using a
Models
model
are pseudoscience. There's no scientific models.
Using a model to make predictions isn't reification, Nathan.
Sorry,
You don't
predicting
understand.
what? Predicting what? Where the geometric horizon's going to be? Is that what it predicts? How much is going to be blocked? Hold on. Is it predicting how much is going to be blocked by the geometric horizon by any chance? Is that the predictions that maths makes? Oh, why? Who gives a flying crap? We don't have a geometric horizon for the mathematics and the predictions to mean anything anymore, Brenda. Because you've just told us we don't have a geometric horizon, and that maths predicts how much obstruction a geometric horizon would provide. Hello? Predictions of what?
Models predict
Predictions of what? How much obstruction? Is that what you're going to tell me it predicts?
Future observation.
Yeah, it predicts how much obstruction. Just say yes. Yeah, Nathan, yeah. It predicts how much the geometric obstruction will be. Yeah? Just say yeah, you little coward.
Walter Bisson's.
Don't say about a model. Just say yeah. Yeah, Nathan, you're absolutely fundamentally correct. The predictions I've just tried to go to, having relinquished the geometric horizon, I'm going to now tell you about the predictions this maths makes. And what are those predictions? How much obstruction the geometric horizon will give you? Are you nuts? Do you not know when you're lost? I think you're a bit stupid. What
Walter
predictions?
Bisson's model includes refraction.
Sorry, does it predict how much obstruction you'll get from that geometric physical Earth curve edge? Is that what it's going to predict? Just need a yes.
It makes a prediction based on...
You seem to be stuttering. I just need you to say it. Everybody in the audience that's laughing at you right now knows that the geometric Earth curve calculators predict how much Earth curve will obstruct things with physicality of the geometry. And guess what it's based on? A geometric physical horizon that you've said we never see, Brenda. So I just want to know, given that you've said that this scientific calculation is going to make predictions, whether or not you appreciate just how stupid you've been by telling me about how much Earth curve physical obstruction we're going to have in this maths when you've relinquished the physical geometric horizon that we don't see according to you. Do you realise how stupid that is or not?
The model, it bases its prediction on refraction.
Prediction of what? How much obstruction?
How much obstruction you'll...
Oh, I see. So we do now have a physical geometric Earth curve obstruction. No, we don't. You've just said we never see the Earth curve geometry in the horizon. It's not the physical edge of a sphere. So what the hell are you babbling about? It's not going to predict predictions that are going to be physical in nature. Apparently it's all apparent. Right, Brenda? What are you talking about? Why are you talking about how much physical obstruction you'll get from the horizon in this prediction when you don't have a geometric physical horizon anymore? That seems ludicrous. My God, they don't know how badly they've lost. Flapping back to 2018 arguments when you don't have a geometric horizon anymore. What use is a prediction about how much the geometric horizon's going to obstruct something if you don't fucking have one? Are you stupid? Anyway, let's do some shout-outs. Brenda's really fun, but people paying me are much more important. Shout out to Julio Pabon, who says, "Hey honey, let's stay here and watch the sun go over the horizon." Said no one ever. So thank you very much for the super chat, Julio Pabon. Also, massive shout out to JQ. Wait, what about the Riley, Chocolate and JQ horizons? I pay good money for my horizon. There's at least 3. I know there's plenty of outstanding horizons, but you'll all get them in the post. Because that's what you can do with a physical horizon. You can package it up and post it.
I just have a question for Brenda. How does something that you can't see appear to meet the ground?
The geometric horizon is where the apparent sea horizon would be if there were no refraction.
We don't have a
So
geometric
in the
horizon.
case where there's no refraction,
We don't have a geometric
you would
horizon.
see the geometric horizon.
Why are you
That's a
telling us
nice
about this
story.
geometric horizon? We don't have one.
What you mean refraction? You
Denial
mean
is
refraction
not
based
an
on R? The same R that gets destroyed by the observation. Nah,
just do this
you don't
quickly.
have R anymore.
Let's just do it quickly. So you're saying the horizon's refracted, Brenda?
No, I'm saying it's the geometric horizon is where the apparent horizon would be if there were no refraction.
So the horizon we see is a refracted horizon then? Not the actual, it's not the geometric horizon, it's a refracted horizon, correct? Take your time.
No,
No?
that's not correct. Not correct.
So then which one are we seeing?
You just claimed refracted.
Sorry,
Which one are we seeing then,
I'm
Brenda?
confused. So you're saying what we would see would be geometric if there was no atmosphere, but that's not what we see. We see something else because of atmosphere. That would be a refracted horizon
Right.
then. Am I missing something?
What you would see is due to refraction.
Sure. So what we're seeing isn't the geometric horizon. It's due to refraction, ergo a refracted horizon then, Brenda, correct?
No, that doesn't follow. That
Oh, well,
last
that's what you
sentence
said.
doesn't
So
follow.
maybe explain it again a bit better, because I'm unclear. Nobody interrupt, please.
So the apparent horizon is where the sky appears to meet the Earth. But because of refraction, different observers will have different apparent horizons
And is
because
that-
of refraction.
I see. And is that horizon the geometric horizon that they see?
No, the apparent horizon is above the geometric horizon.
So it's not the geometric horizon that they see then?
Right. The
Right.
apparent horizon
So
is
just
above.
stop, Brenda. So the horizon they see is not the geometric horizon, correct?
Yeah, the seen
Yeah.
horizon
Just
is
say
above
yeah.
the
Yes, I just need one concession. So you've explained we have a geometric horizon if there was no atmosphere. Because of the atmosphere, the horizon's refracted. What we see is not the geometric horizon. Is that correct so far?
No, I never said the horizon is refracted. That doesn't even make sense.
You said what we see is an effect of refraction.
Yeah, you
Right.
said it was
It's
due to
and it's
refraction. Brenda.
above the
That would mean
geometric
it's
horizon.
refracted.
Don't interrupt her. Above. So not in the place where
Because
Brenda, you said it's above the geometric horizon. So the horizon we see is not the
Yes,
geometric
yes.
horizon. That's below it. It's above the geometric horizon, correct?
correct.
So the horizon we see is not the geometric horizon then.
Yeah, nobody disputes that.
So we don't have a geometric horizon. Your model requires a geometric horizon. And according to you, we don't have one in the horizon that we see. According to you, the horizon we see is not the geometric horizon. Your model requires...
That's a non sequitur.
Non sequitur? The model requires a geometric horizon, and according to you, the horizon we see isn't a geometric horizon.
It doesn't follow that because the apparent horizon is above the geometric horizon, that the geometric horizon doesn't exist.
Oh, I see. We only have one horizon. So this bullshit about it being above the geometric horizon, when that breaches the definition of a horizon, is non sequitur. We don't have two. We only have one. It's on screen now. One horizon. 1 point where the sky appears to meet the ground. It's in the definition. Not 2 points
1/10.
where the sky appears to meet
1/10.
the ground. That's completely non sequitur. So we don't have a non-geometric, according to you, horizon, the one we see, and a geometric horizon. There's only one horizon. It's just not geometric.
Can I ask you a question, Nathan?
Are you on Quaaludes?
Brenda,
Sorry,
I've got a
why are you
question
now
for
ad homming me? So the little bitch has decided earlier on to accuse me of an ad hom, and now she's asking me about medication. So now she can fuck right off. Goodbye, Brenda. No, I'm sorry, Paul, you don't get to ask her any questions. An ad hominem, as described earlier, is where you attack the person personally rather than attacking the argument. The argument in this instance is me pointing out that Brenda has conceded we don't have a geometric horizon, only for me to point out that their model requires one, and then she asks me if I'm on medication. That would be an ad hominem attack, so she can fuck off.
The queen of doublespeak.
Nathan,
Hey,
Nathan, what
Sigmar.
horizon would Brenda say? Nathan, what horizon would Brenda say the sun sets behind?
I don't know, I've just literally excluded her. So asking me to speak on her behalf isn't really reasonable. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to introduce her back to the conversation. She accused me of ad homing her when I attacked her argument and called her a fuckwit for thinking there's two horizons. And now on the very same subject, she's decided to ad hom me rather than attack my point that we've only got one and it's not geometric by her own admission. So she ad hom me. So I've excluded her. Sorry, Anthony.
Housekeeping?
We've got 15 minutes left. Yeah, it's worthy doing it. Any signs at all of any curvature?
Not from Lake Kiamaka.
Definitely
Not from
not.
London.
Not from London, flatten the curve.
Nah, not from London. Nah, there is none here. I've not seen none.
Any evidence of axial rotation?
And no, nope.
Any
No
evidence?
arc, no axle.
No axis. Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
What's the sun?
You
hey,
what?
hey, it's Adam Meakin, my favourite person at the moment. How you doing, Adam?
Afternoon, everyone. You all okay?
Very, very
Adam.
well. I had a clip that I played out in the pre-show with you arguing with Hillbilly Blue Balls, and he said that the height of the observer wasn't important. And you're like, it is important. And you sound sloshed, I've got to be honest. You're like, it is important. I'll tell you now, it's very important.
Well, mate, I was so ill Saturday. I just laid down on the sofa. That's all I did. I was in the famous words of the Fast Show, I was very, very drunk. Yeah. But still capable of arguing with the baller. So...
Yeah, double speaking liar. So he says it's not important. You pick him up on it and drill him and hold him to account. And then he just says, I didn't say it wasn't important. You're like, you bloody liar.
And then Lewis came in and said, I think, yeah, but they could just mount the laser sighting device higher up the ship.
Higher up, right?
Yeah. So it could look over the curve, but the gun can't obviously shoot through the curve still, but they could target the laser by placing it higher up so they could see.
So it could get over the physical horizon.
Yeah.
I see.
So the laser could get over it, but I'm not sure what the gun was going to do.
So with height.
They've not been keeping up with. They've not. Half of the crowd in the ball side haven't been keeping up to date with the flat Earth debate and are still asserting 2019 and previous arguments in regards to. Of course, we've got a physical edge for a sphere blocking things. Oh yeah. You realise half your team's telling us about how apparent it is with this redundant term. Clearly not. Why don't they get it? The horizon, if it's a geometric horizon, is apparent, and they've made that clear in their maths. It's apparent based on your bloody height.
Here, I'll ask my question to the panel and to the Discord, because I think it's still relevant to this discussion. If the horizon's always refracted and radar does not detect it, how do you validate the geometric horizon?
You don't.
Can't.
You don't.
Well, how do you validate something you've never seen?
You don't. You can just conceptualize it by reifying your model.
With math. Oh, okay.
The same
Just
method
math then.
doesn't prove anything.
All right.
Shout out to Unitox Vemu who says, come on, Nathan, give one horizon FOD free for Brenda. I think he means FOC. Yeah. Free of charge, indeed. Right, thank you very much for the super chat, Unitox Vemu. Also, here we go again. Thanks to all black swanners. I keep losing sound. Oh, right. Hopefully not everyone else is losing sound. Maybe refresh your page. Thank you very much for the super chat, though. Here we go again. Really appreciate your support. Black Swanners. That's a new one on me.
I like that.
Shout out to Flatsoid. Published your, like, what would you call it? I called it a rap. I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, I just put beat to it so it's not so dead.
But it's nice. You had, like, slightly trippy music playing with no sound, which I appreciated. You know, less is more. You've made the point, and then it plays out with that kind of trippy music. And it's just the second Black Swan observation by BMLSB69.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a point, but thanks for the shout out.
Well, it's the point that we argued with Brenda in the pre-show about the tangent line, right? What you're going to draw your tangent line to, that's how your geometry's worked up until now, and that's never going to change. If you're going to start arguing for R-based refraction, you're still going to need to start with the physical sphere edge horizon to make your tangent line, because you're going to base it on the radius value, i.e. 7/6r or whatever maths they need. So if you haven't got a physical horizon, you haven't got sphere-earth geometry to base R on. Again, they don't get it. I didn't get to get that far with Brenda. I thought it would go on to that next, but you know, the way it goes.
I don't think she's intelligent enough to get that far.
Well, that's their next side step, but it's just moving around the chessboard in checkmate. It doesn't, you know, she's not going to move into a position that's out of checkmate in this regard. And there's some of them, the ones that really do not get the argument, like Brenda and like Tim Osmond, they've both done it now. You lead them down this path where they're telling you how non-geometric the horizon is. It's great. They don't realise they're doing it. That's why she hesitated. She knew something was up. She's like, won't concede that it's not geometric because she's hearing the words come back at her and going, no, that doesn't make sense. Which is great. Go on, Chocolate.
No,
That's
it wasn't
Dawn.
me.
Hi.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I butchered the last super chat. I'll just read out Julio Pabon's latest super chat. Thank you very much indeed for smashing the super chat again, purely because I've misread the last one. Nathan, you butchered my last super chat, lol. Honey, let's watch the sun go over the horizons. Gotcha. No one ever said. Exactly.
Fun playing with these ballers.
You playing with your what?
We're playing with the balls.
But ballers. Ah.
Hi guys,
Here's another
I've
way
joined
to
and I've got the Wikipedia page for Horizon loaded on my screen in front of me.
Fascinating.
You want to hear some of it?
Before you do that, let me say something real quick. How does an astronomical horizon appear to meet the ground? Or how does a geometric horizon that's refracted, geometric, appear to meet the ground? Please explain.
Okay, Dawn. Before you read on, just one
Who's he
question.
talking to?
Just one question, Dawn. In reality, how many horizons do we have?
One.
Perfect. Read on.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
A couple of different definitions, obviously, like Brenda said. Okay, so distance to the horizon. This is the paragraph. Horizon, wikipedia.org. Due to atmospheric refraction, the distance to the visible horizon is further than the distance based on a simple geometric calculation. If the ground or water surface is colder than the air above it, a cold, dense layer of air forms close to the surface, causing light to be refracted downward as it travels, and therefore to some extent to go around the curvature of the Earth. There you go. So
That's nice.
this is the normal wiki page, and it's explaining in black and white that the visible horizon is further than the distance than the geometric calculation.
So the
simple
visible one would
geometric
be
calculation.
the one that we see, right?
Sorry?
The visible horizon, that would be the one that we see, right?
The one, as Nathan just said, there is only one horizon.
And in
Right.
both of
So
your,
is that horizon geometrical?
in both of his examples so far, no. Neither of them have been geometric.
But not on Earth, obviously, because we have loads of nature surrounding this ball.
Oh, not
That
on
doesn't
Earth.
have a
So the
geometric
geometrical
horizon, really.
horizon is not on Earth.
So we
That's
don't
what
have
you're
a
saying.
geometric horizon so
On a
far.
really clear day, you can get some photos of a close to the geometric horizon, but we just call it the horizon because of the nature and nuance that's around Earth.
So it's just optical.
Sorry, so far your definitions have clarified that we don't have a geometric horizon in reality. Is that your point that you're trying to make here? It's a great point.
Yeah.
Yes, not really, because we live on a ball with lots of nature surrounding it.
Well, that's
You agree,
the
right?
assumption, but that assumption requires a geometric horizon, though.
No, it doesn't.
It does. If you go to Metabunk and have a look on their model, it's got this little X on the outside edge of a spherical surface, and that X says horizon next to it. It's called the geometric horizon. It's the very basis of a sphere-Earth belief that we have this.
So you're saying?
I'm finished, Dawn. Dawn, I'll let you talk.
Okay. All right, no, go on, carry on. I don't mean.
You don't need to ask me to carry on. Just don't interrupt me, and you don't have to reply when I tell you not to interrupt me, and tell me that you won't interrupt me either.
No.
Yeah, like you're doing
I'm
now. What shock? Just need to shut up. Don't need a reply. Just need air to actually say what I was saying before you interrupted, and cost me 30 seconds. Thank you. So you would first require a geometric horizon, because that is the tenets of your religion. It's the basis of your belief that we're standing on a sphere with physical geometry. So to make any of these mathematical extrapolations, you first must have a geometric horizon. And according to your definitions, you're justifying not having one when it's absolutely fundamental to your religion. It's required.
You don't. Yeah. I disagree. That it's fundamentally required.
With what? That a sphere requires a geometric horizon. It's fundamental.
Yeah, I disagree. There's only one horizon.
Then you don't
like
understand
you said.
geometry. You disagree? Well, then you don't understand geometry.
But your
Well,
definition
maybe you don't
doesn't say-
understand refraction, and that's why you disagree.
We're not talking about refraction. We're talking about geometry and your necessity for a geometric
talking
horizon
about
that's
both,
part
right?
of your model.
Talking about both.
So, no, you want to talk about how non-geometric it is, how refracted it is. If it's refracted,
Right.
it's not... Dawn. If it's refracted...
Yeah.
What did I tell you earlier about not giving me permission to talk by talking through me? Dawn. If it's refracted, it is not geometric. And your model definitely has a geometric horizon. Now, as you conceded when you first came into this conversation, we only have one horizon, and your model definitely has a geometric horizon.
Okay, I agree and disagree at a current place. I'm going to now agree that we do have a geometric horizon.
No, we don't. You've just given us two definitions that makes it plain that we don't have a geometric horizon. And Brenda also conceded we don't have a geometric horizon. It would only be here if we didn't have any atmosphere. So no, you didn't make plain that we have a geometric horizon. You justified why we don't.
I haven't given you any definitions. I read you part of the Wikipedia about horizons. That's it.
Yeah, and it justified not having a geometric horizon, how it isn't geometric, and I
It's
clarified.
not justifying it. It's just explaining how the geometry, the simple geometry, isn't the one we see.
Yeah, so we don't see a geometric horizon then. So you've justified how we don't see a geometric horizon, you stupid idiot. Oh, God, this is getting tedious. This conversation will continue in the after show, however, to all of you watching live. This is going to be where we bid you farewell. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who smashed the super chat, liked, commented, shared, subscribed, and all that good stuff. Be sure to check out NathanOakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. Massive thanks to today's G+ and Discord panels for making this live show possible. As I say, stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley Premiering Stream. Subscribe below if you're not subscribed to the Nathan Oakley, which is my second channel. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!